What's up guys, in this video I close another client, and this is the day after I closed my first client. We just closed another one today with this exact presentation. I'm going to do the exact same thing as yesterday and show you the entire raw footage of exactly how we did it so you guys could emulate and apply all the things that we used into your own presentation and into your own method to close people basically. It was something that was a bit scarier this time, but after I've already done it, like we've been on 3 presentations. We're kind of 2 for 3 right now. We've closed 2 out of 3. So clearly we're doing something right. And the first person that we didn't close was for a reason that we couldn't really control. It's just because she wasn't offering the right services. So yeah, man, just get out there and do it, because I'm telling you, the amount of opportunities are unlimited. So if you're ever reluctant to get out there and make money and to just get things moving, let's say with your SMMA, watch this video and see how simple it could really be. Just gotta take action, just gotta have the courage. Hello?
Hi.
Alright, so yeah, do you remember scheduling this call about marketing, basically, about Facebook advertising?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So just a few questions right off the bat. Have you experimented with advertising on Facebook recently, or?
We've done it historically, on and off.
Okay, and then did you get someone to do that for you, like an agency, or did you do that yourself, or how was that?
Both.
Okay, and then did you experience success with that, or didn't go too well, or?
I think so. I'm not sure I had the best measurement at the time. So we recently launched an app, so I want to be
okay.
able to use that QR code. Can you put a QR code on there, or?
On Facebook, you say?
Yeah.
I think you can. I mean, that's not what we do, but yeah, I mean, possibly. I mean, but are you experiencing success with advertising right now, or is it difficult right now, or
It's difficult right now.
It's been bad recently?
Yeah, there's been definitely a slowdown.
Okay, and you're not doing Facebook right now. You're just doing like word of mouth, maybe, or?
No, we're doing quite a bit of different marketing.
Okay.
But what I'm looking to do now is get this new app. It downloads onto your phone, and
okay.
And then it has all kinds of memberships. I'm looking to get that like all over.
That's cool. Yeah.
Facebook and everywhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, so I think I'll just walk you through what we have basically. We're gonna go over like who and why, basically who we are and why, and the problem, the solution that we have to that problem, and then basically our offer, which I told you on the phone that we have an offer where it's like a guarantee so that you can't really lose money. And so so we're just helping you. We're basically working for you. If we end up delivering, then you could pay us after. So it's a pay per show, which is kind of the point. So yeah, just to give you some background, we're a team of 2 digital marketers based in New York City. This is my partner. He's not here with us today, but yeah, we work with med spas specifically. So we just were, and specifically in the Botox and dermal filler niche, just because we found that that's the most like lucrative service. Mm-hmm. And is that true for you guys? You guys mostly sell Botox and dermals, or?
Mostly what we do, yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so this enables us to focus everything towards just that one service so that we could be professional just there, so we don't have to worry about all the other stuff. We can move on to other stuff in the future, but I think it's most important to focus in the beginning. So yeah, and then again, like I said before, we operate on a pay-per-show basis, meaning we don't get paid until there's a client sitting in your chair getting Botox or dermal fillers done. So
okay, and be able to identify that.
What happened, sorry?
How are you able to track that?
Okay, yeah, I'll go through the system that we use in a little bit. We have it in this presentation, just a few pages down. But yeah, we use a system that we basically just I'll show it to you in a second. But we have a CRM software, and we have ways to contact your leads and to book them appointments in your calendar by connecting our calendars, if that makes any sense. I'll show you more in detail. But yeah, we wanted to start off by saying that we're honest. Honest business is the best business, and being transparent is really important with us. So unlike most agencies, we are in our infancy. We're just beginning. That's kind of why our offer sounds so good. So we're almost like working for you, kind of. And yeah, and the good thing about that though is that we get to focus all our efforts on you. So we're not focusing on a bunch of different med spas or any competitors. We're focusing completely on you, making you stand out, if that makes any sense. So
yep.
Yeah. This is our mission here. So we want to help med spas acquire more high quality leads that will produce massive revenue growth over time. So yeah, essentially this is kind of our duty that we want to get to eventually. Of course, this is a process that takes over time. I would say Facebook ads are really good over anything else right now, because a lot of your target audience is residing on Facebook, and over time it pays in dividends. So it works over time really, really well if you just continue at it. So yeah, essentially, just to list off some of the problems, I'm not sure if any of these resonate with you, but usually med spas don't create new marketing initiatives, so there are no systems or automations in place. That's cool that you're making the app. That sounds like it'd be really good for you guys. But also, yeah, and a lot of med spas rely on referrals, which is not going to work long term. A lot of med spas also are great at providing high quality services, but they lack the marketing and sales skills. And then also a lot of med spas do invest in advertising, and they risk putting too much money into marketing without even guaranteeing results. So yeah, and then obviously the competition is probably high. I'm not sure how your competition is around local, but does that seem to be a problem for you? Or
yeah, there's definitely competition, but we do have a very unique we have a unique approach.
Okay.
So that does set us apart a bit, but yes, there is definitely a lot of competition, and people are definitely price shopping and all of that.
Yeah, so our goal is to make you kind of exist in your own vacuum so that you could have like the highest prices, but also be the most basically the most prominent med spa in the area. And Facebook ads is kind of the solution to that. But yeah, so this is our guarantee. This is like the official guarantee that we get for you. We will bring you 12 new clients minimum every month, or we won't get paid at all. So we don't just get you leads, we deliver prepaid appointments straight to your calendar. And I'll explain what the prepaid appointments means if you have any questions about that. But yeah, so how do we deliver this? We use this Omni framework. Basically, we're going to optimize your advertising. We're going to master your follow-up systems. We're going to implement new strategies, and we're also going to innovate what you already have. And I'll just walk you through, first of all, when it comes to Facebook. I'm not sure if you just do posts on Facebook or if you actually run the advertisements right now, but this is what one of our descriptions would look like. Obviously, we'd filter this to your exact offer, but we like to use implement strategies like scarcity, urgency. So as you can see in the underline, we have only the first 15 people to claim get the offer, limited time only offers, only a few spots remain, stuff like this. So we could actually lure in your audience. So yeah, this is kind of like the caption of the image, because in Facebook ads there's an image and there's a caption, and then basically the images would just be you have before and after pictures, right? Just stuff like that. Yeah, so before and after pictures, usually simplicity works the best. So just either a picture in front of your med spa. People like the sort of idea of just a local business that's kind of authentic. So something like that, or before and after picture. Yeah, so just simple ad creatives like that. And then this is the most important slide. This is kind of going over exactly how we'll actually do it, because obviously the offer sounds really good only if we deliver, of course. But yeah, basically we start with the ad here, right? So the ad, then if they click on the ad on Facebook, right, which will be targeted locally in a radius in your local area, after they click on that ad, they'll get this lead form, which will capture their email, their name, and their phone number, right? So from that information, we'll have appointment setters that do calls, right? And then we'll call them to lock them in a $30 deposit. And this is so we make sure that they actually show up. So if they lock in the $30 deposit, they're held accountable, because that's non-refundable. And that $30 is not for us. That goes straight to you. So even if they do cancel the appointment, you still get that $30 for each time they do it. But hardly will they ever cancel it, because, $30, they kind of have an obligation then, so. Yeah, so, and then we'll basically, I don't know, do you use a calendar? What calendar do you use? Is it a different software, or is it Google Calendar?
So we have one in our website, and then we have one on our electronic medical recording.
Yeah, whatever calendar that you access, we could connect that one to our calendar, basically, with Google Calendar, and then we could kind of know when you're free, so that when we schedule the appointment, we make sure that we don't schedule it when you have something going on. So we'll see your open time slots to make sure that every appointment we schedule is whenever you want it to be scheduled, basically. So yeah, so it's a smooth process. And then after we schedule in their appointment, we'll then send out reminders. And I know this is a lot to take in right now. If you want, you could take a picture of this if that helps you. But yeah, then we'll be sending them reminders, which then even more so guaranteed that we turn leads into appointments. Because usually the problem is that, again, a lot of agencies will not get the lead and actually change them into an appointment, right? And as you can see, the show up, that's when we get paid. So yeah, we don't ask for any money during the lead capture, or even when we book the appointment, we don't ask for any money. We only ask for money after they've shown up, and that. So basically, we only get paid after you get paid. Does that make any sense?
Okay, wait. So I'm sorry. Just
Hmm.
explain to me how you're getting paid. How does it work? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so basically, after they show up to your med spa, after we bring you a client that shows
Right.
up and gets Botox or derma fillers done, after
Right.
they pay you, then we'll get paid at the end of the month after we deliver on our guarantee. So we don't, yeah, we only get paid if we get you the amount of money that is 12 appointments, basically, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Okay, and then 12 appointments, but what if they don't spend a lot of money? Like let's say they all show up, but they only do something, I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, it's just for Botox and derma filler. I know you guys probably charge per unit, right? So it's like it's sort of yeah, we have a fixed fee, but the fixed fee is not high at all. It's we will charge only, I'll show you at the end, but we'll only charge 1497 after we bring in 12 appointments, just to make sure that we're at least getting you 10x ROI. So basically we're getting you at least like $10,000 worth of clients, and we're only asking for like 1,000 of that 10,000 after we deliver it, of course.
Okay.
So yeah, but this is simply how the process works. It's not a difficult process. We use our own CRM to do the appointment booking and to send out mass reminders. I'll go through exactly like what it looks like just to make sure you kind of understand in complete detail. So it's like over here, this is just an example, of a template kind of a message that we'd send right after they claim their Facebook voucher. So after the ad goes up on Facebook, they'll click on it, and then we'll send this information basically through text message straight to their phone. So then they're able to see, okay, you claimed our offer. When can we schedule basically a call to go over what your service wants to, or what you want to do for yourself, and then also just lock in the $30 basically. So yeah, this is what
Okay.
that looks like.
And you're gonna have that call, or we're gonna have that call?
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna do that call. It's all on us, so you don't gotta worry about. Basically, our goal is so you don't have to worry about marketing. We'll bring in these clients, and you just do what you love, basically, right? Which is the service. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, this is what the script looks like. You don't have to read this entire thing, but this is what we would call them with after we get them. So, yeah, I underlined just a few things that matters. The thing that matters is that over here we lock them in for a date and a specific time. That will be whatever date and time that is open for you, and then we'll get their credit card, and then we'll basically put that money. We'll put that on file, so then you could begin charging them once they come. So it'll be easy. So you don't even need to get their credit card after they come. It's just everything's kind of filed in. So yeah, this is what the script looks like. This is what we'll do. This is all on our part. You don't need to. There's no. This is like you don't need to have anyone on your end do this. This is all for us. But we just want to show it to be transparent. But yeah. Yeah. So then after that we do reminders too. Even though most people will always show up after booking in the $30 deposit, some life happens. Sometimes they have something that comes up. So just in case, we have follow-ups after that, and even if they don't show up, we'll still send another follow-up to make sure that no lead goes missing. Because if we could get every lead into an appointment, then we'd get you a lot of appointments. That's the key. That's our intention. So yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So and then I just wanted to ask about some other strategies. Do you guys work with like another local business, like maybe another like salon or a spa that you help each other get clients, you get each other's clients, or
Yeah,
have
I
you
mean, we're
dabbled?
next door to a hair salon,
Okay,
and we're very good friends with them. So
that's good. Have
mhm.
you have you gotten clients from them, or has that worked well for you? Or
We have gotten clients from them, and
hmm.
I would say it's intermittent. So
Okay,
sometimes they tend to have a slightly older clientele,
yeah, okay,
and we actually are 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 seeing younger and younger patients all the time. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah, so I mean, it's possible that maybe you could even work with more, and we could help you kind of connect to more businesses locally, because this is always a really good strategy that could add thousands to your top line, and oftentimes it's usually missed out on. But it's good that you're doing it. That shows that you're.
and how do you incorporate the other business? I mean,
Well,
how do you do?
we just help you reach out to them. Basically, we just help you kind of connect, because I'm sure it's not really like, yeah, it's just about reaching out to them and kind of building affinity, and trying to connect each other basically. But
Okay.
yeah, but it seems like you're already doing that, which is really good. But yeah, and then in terms of other strategies, this is so in terms of retention. How has your client retention been? Do a lot of clients stay for time to come? I know Botox is a service that needs to be renewed,
I
kind of, but
mean, historically, we've had very good retention. I
hmm
do think that because of the state of affairs right now with um,
hmm
the market and all that, I do think that people are shopping more than they ever did before. So I think that the retention has suffered a little bit because of that.
Okay, yeah. And then is that for Botox or dermal fillers or?
Both,
Sorry.
yeah, both. Hmm.
Sorry, I swallowed down the wrong pipe.
That's okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's good. Okay, so
yeah.
yeah, so this is what I want to make clear though. The best part is that we don't take any commission. So after we get you the client, basically, there's no commission. There's a fixed fee, and if we get you a client that stays for years to come, we don't take any of that. So yeah, they stay for as long as you could keep them, basically. So
Right.
yeah, a new client is an actual client that, and that's obviously your job. We're not going to help you keep them, but with your brilliant services, then you could have them stay. And again, we won't take any of that, which is really powerful because that's kind of going to make it so even one client could possibly get you the ROI, even if we bring you
Okay.
one.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
Well, we're in our infancy. We just started. We're working with some med spas right now in terms of like learning. We've been this is called like this sort of thing is called social media marketing, where we just kind of focus on helping small businesses kind of grow in general by running Facebook ads, because usually
Yeah.
business owners aren't as tech savvy with like Facebook and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
usually a gap in the
No.
market.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So we've been like researching and studying this stuff for like months on months on months. Really, really. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of prowess in this field, and we've just been trying to pour that sort of knowledge into helping small business owners. But yeah,
Have you gotten people? Are people comfortable with the $30, or how have you found that working?
oh yeah, well usually that's so what that does is it kind of it shows how serious they are about it, because some people just kind of want to. It really, because a lot of people click on the lead. Some of them don't actually want to purchase it. They just click on it because it seemed interesting, right?
Right.
But some people actually do want to follow through, and they won't ever complain about the $30. That'd usually be easy. So it's sort of like it just kind of separates the people that are actually going to be coming in, the people that are not serious. If that makes
Yes,
any
but I
sense.
mean, haven't had people? I mean, people are fine with the $30. Have you had people going ahead and just? I mean, what's your?
Oh yeah, no, people. I mean, there certainly are some people that would be speculative, but those are the people that usually aren't as serious. And that's kind of the point, though. It's like it's better to get like half of them with that than it is to try and I mean,
Oh,
it's
definitely. I mean, if
yeah,
they're not going to once they are financially invested, even if it's for a small amount,
yeah,
you are correct. They are
yeah,
more invested.
exactly, and that shows that they'd probably be willing to stay longer term anyways. So it's usually just a better client.
And they tend to be better patients because
Hmm.
people who haven't paid, like, I know some people bill, we don't bill.
Okay.
People who haven't paid tend to be less happy. So you actually have a happier patient too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's usually just better in general. Yeah, and the next thing would be I saw so you have like I think you have like 21 Google reviews or 22 or something, which is pretty good. But we could even continue to. Have you tried like reaching out and getting people to do Google reviews for you or?
Um, you know, I don't think I've tried hard enough, but I definitely I know I need a lot more reviews for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's usually an awesome thing for your brand, and that's one of the big selling points is we'll be sending out like mass messages to every new client we bring, and also your database. We could reactivate your database. I don't know if you've how big is your database? Do you have a lot of past clients that haven't been coming recently that you have like from years ago or whatever?
Yeah, we do. Some have aged out, some moved. I mean, the pandemic changed a lot of things, but
Yeah.
we have about, I guess, maybe 3,000. I don't know.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. So oftentimes it's really good to just reach out and ask them to either submit. We could like this is an example like for like a 5-star review, we'd give you a 20% discount for a touch up. So that brings them back and it also gets them to do a review. So it's like a win-win, right?
Okay.
Kind of. So stuff like that works really well, and it'll also help your brand a lot because the more reviews, the better, basically, especially if they're 5-star, which is kind of the intention is that we make sure that they're all they're all 5-star reviews. So yeah. Yeah, so this is just a little page that's just you should work with us if, and you shouldn't work with us if, but you shouldn't work with us if you don't want to massively increase your revenue over time. You shouldn't work with us if you don't want to become the best med spa in your town. You shouldn't work with us if you somehow think there is still risk, even though you're free of charge completely until we deliver. and that you still think that this is going to be easy and instant, and that you're not going to have to work and adjust to improve your med spa over time, and that and you should work with us if you want to simply increase your revenue, and you're ready to be take on more customers, basically, and also you trust and understand how this sort of process works with Facebook, and you have faith in it performing great for your business. And also the most important thing for us is that, you know, we give you more time as a business owner to focus on your actual services and time with your family, because business owners should be allocating their time to someone else to do their marketing. They shouldn't have to deal with that themselves, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, that's essentially what it is. Yeah, and so just the last thing here is, like, I kind of walked through this before, but it is important to say that these clients will stay with you for months to come. So even if we were to get you one client and they stayed for years to come, you would still get your return on investment. But we get you 12 minimum. So yeah, that's just a really powerful thing. And then, yeah, let me put it this way. Best case, you get more appointments set and the money starts flowing in. Worst case, you tell me I suck, you don't pay me, and you still get a team of social media marketers working 7 hours a day for you. Both options are risk-free for both of our safety, but the only thing guaranteed not to help you is walking out of here today with nothing, essentially. So yeah. Yeah, and this is kind of our value stack. Don't worry, this is not what we charge. This is insane. Yeah, of course not. But this is how much value it's worth. This is kind of the point. We want to, our goal is to make it so that you are paying us 10 times less than what we're charging, basically. So that so that it's almost like a no-brainer, so that it's guaranteed that we have to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are just the kind of the list of the things that we'll be doing, but we only charge this much after we deliver. Yeah, and then just to walk through this in a bit of detail, it's kind of like it's a 90-day agreement, meaning it's a contract that we'd have for the next 3 months, basically, that we'd be able to work with you. But if we weren't to deliver on the first month, then we wouldn't have to pay at all. It's only after we get you the clients. So it's just an agreement just to make sure that, you know, again, the business owner is serious with us and that we're actually able to see.
And the agreement says what?
Oh, it's a 90-day agreement, but again, it's not. We could only get paid after we deliver still. So even if, let's say the first 30 days, for example, we don't deliver the 12, we get you 11, you wouldn't have to pay us at all. Mm-hmm. And then the second month, if we do 12, then you'd pay us that month. But it's just the 90-day agreement is just to make sure that, you know, we're kind of serious about it and that we expect long-term growth and not short-term growth. So
okay, but as far as what I'm saying, as far as the patient goes,
yeah.
If the patient comes in and they spend 200,
mm-hmm.
you know, well, not let's say they spend 250 or whatever it is, how much are we paying you?
Well, yeah, it's not commission based, so it's not we're not getting a percentage, so we're just charging this as a fixed fee. Is it common for people to have Botox or dermals for around that price? Or
yeah, so you can't. The problem that I'm having with this is that you can't determine how much someone's going to spend. You know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we just thought because when it comes to the commission, like say we asked for like 10% of each of the client we brought you, we thought that'd be less attractive just because then it'd feel like we're getting money for each client. But the thing is, we're giving you 12 minimum, so we could give you 20, and that's kind of the point, and we'd still get paid the same amount, basically. So this is like,
but the issue is that if
mm-hmm.
you have, let's say you have 12 patients,
yeah.
You know, you could have one patient spend 5,000 and the rest of them spend 300. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, so
yeah.
It's very random how.
Mm-hmm, I understand. Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know, like, how much have you experienced with this, right? You know, yet? Like, what's your experience in terms of actual? Because I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I know
mm-hmm.
how the patients are.
Yeah.
And yes, you can get. We want as many patients as possible, and then if I get them coming in the door, I can sell them and upsell them, and that's great. But you can also end up with like 20 patients that are really not making that much money on, because toxin, believe it or not, it doesn't generate that much money. It's so expensive. I'm not sure if you know what the you know, the ROI on that is, but I also
the cost for dermal fillers and Botox is what you're saying?
Yeah, so the fillers, I mean, you make more, I think, on that, but the toxin, you know, it's very expensive per bottle, and then everybody price shops. So you know, if you're charging $10 a unit,
right.
you know, and it's costing you $5 a unit, that, and then you have to inject it, and you have to have the saline, and you have to have the location, and you have to have the practitioner, you're really not making
So you're
much
saying that
money.
you're not making that much anyways. Like if someone came in and you charged them like 200 or 300 for something, that you wouldn't even be making that much anyways on that.
Depends on the top on the treatment. Like, so like
Yeah.
I kind of use the toxin as a loss leader in a lot of ways,
Uh huh.
because it does get them in the door, and then they see what a good job we do, and then we sell them fillers and other services. So the
Yeah.
problem that I have with, they're probably going to come in for the toxin, right?
Mhm.
But they may not spend money, and I may actually lose money on that client,
Mm.
or not make money, break even. So then if I pay you for a client, but then I might get another patient like I had yesterday who spends, $5,000, and
Yeah.
I have a combination of services. Some
Right.
I'm losing money and some I'm making money on.
Yeah, it's like volatile. It's volatile. Yeah. So I understand that makes sense. It's just that I mean maybe have you considered raising like prices for this the lower? I mean I know it's per unit that you charge, right? But
The problem with raising prices per unit is that everyone's doing it now, like,
mhm.
everyone is doing it, and they're looking for the lowest possible price per unit. Now, they may not be getting the same thing. Like, somebody may be over diluting it,
Yeah.
and you're actually getting less quality,
Mhm.
but we're not. So it's people are not comparing apples to apples, and
Yeah.
then you're here with like this issue where you've you've done it properly, you've charged the least you can, and they're they want it for even less, but you're losing money as it is. You're not making money, you're not generating much on the toxins
Yeah.
because the cost is so high, and the expectation of patients now is that they won't pay that much for it, even though they
Right.
don't understand that it's very expensive to us.
No, yeah, I completely understand. This is what I'll say. It's like if somehow that the 12 clients we bring you, like I could almost guarantee that it would be over this amount, this 1497 price, if we were to, because again, we don't get charged unless we do that. I can almost guarantee that that would be far more than this. I mean, you're right. It could be 10,000 out of those 12 clients, or it could be 5,000, or it could be 15,000. It depends. But I will say that if somehow it's lower than that, then something must have gone terribly wrong. I don't know that's very uncommon. That's why we make sure that it's a good
So you're
threshold.
saying 1,497? Is that what you said?
Yeah, then that would be after the 30 days. Only if we got you
1,497 if you're getting us 12 new clients.
right, right, and even if we got you 11, you'd pay us nothing.
I see. Okay. All right. I mean, I think it's worth us trying and seeing how it goes. I mean, if you're going to bring me 12, at least 12 new clients a month, if not more,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth, trying
Yeah.
and seeing how we do
Uh huh.
together. But I definitely want to have a little bit more information about the script your people use, how
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
sound. I'd like to hear somebody, and because we want someone representing us that sounds a certain way.
Okay.
I have a certain expectation of how people should sound on the phone,
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we were to like kind of, because we could also, you could think about it, we could also talk about it. What I'd say is that, because the next step in the process would just be to do exactly that, to prepare, like make sure that you like the actual creatives we're using. We don't want to do anything we want to make sure that it's all under your brand, and so we're representing your brand, like you said. So it's about making sure it's catered to you. So that's what we'll go through in the onboarding sort of process. Make sure that, and we'll have you like fill out a survey that tells us everything about what you like and what you want us to sort of put out there. So yeah, I mean the last thing I was gonna say is if you've ran Facebook ads in the past, or you've had someone run Facebook ads in the past, uh, you are you aware that it's like there is like a cost per lead, and that you have to pay like a few dollars to make sure that you capture a lead? Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just making sure, because some people we've talked to haven't been aware of that. So yeah, okay, that's good. So, and obviously it depends on your location and it depends on where you are, but almost always one client covers the entirety of that ad spend, just because the ad spend's really low in comparison to how much it's worth, how much the lead's worth.
Right. So you're not charging us that way. You're charging us the other
No,
way.
no, yeah, that would be you making an investment on your own business with Facebook, basically, and you're just letting us handle it for you, basically.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah, so that's cool. I mean, I think that's good. I think we should definitely stay in contact. I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity because the point is we kind of eliminate risk just to make sure that again you can't really it's no risk, only kind of there's only a massive reward here for you if we do continue working. So it's like I always say this, but you could kind of liken it to us being like an employee for free until we
Mhm.
deliver. You know what I mean?
Okay, so can you send me the contract? And
Yeah.
maybe I also, like I said, I'd like to hear what your people sound like when they're explaining or making the appointment,
Okay.
and how you'll be making that appointment, just so I can see. I'd like to understand maybe one of your ads that you've placed, and what they're clicking on, and what has worked for you
Okay.
historically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. Is there should I still just contact you on this email or should I contact you on a different number? If
How did you guys get into this?
basically we were just okay, so it's kind of like what I was saying is that there's kind of a gap that we realize in the market and that a lot of the time only young people do this sort of thing, the social media marketing, because we're more adept with like social media and using the
R-
internet. And so
Right.
that's why so we were thinking like okay, this sounds like a cool thing. We've always used social media in the past and we've always tried to kind of create a method of income for us through social media, but then we realized okay, well the best one would be to create like a win-win scenario where we help a small business grow while also kind of getting a percentage of their growth, or not a percentage, but we're both doing a win-win sort of thing, and that's kind
Okay.
of how we got into this. But yeah, and then I've just it's mostly just psychological, so it's like things like I talked about like the scarcity and the urgency, like saying that there's 15 spots left, all this stuff that initiates a click, and then we
It
could
does
kind of
work, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, it works well, and um, yeah, so we'll walk through stuff with you. Are you open on the weekends? Just or are you gonna be?
I'm available. You can reach me like all different times, because even when I'm closed, I have the business phone directed to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk over the next few days, and
But the
then
cell phone you have, so you'll be able to reach me.
yeah, so we'll send you stuff. If you have any questions, also just email. I emailed your personal email, so if you have any questions, email us. We'll also send you in the contract and all that sort of thing, and then we'll also because the contract just shows that the guarantees like we can't ask for any money unless we've delivered, and then basically yeah, we'll send you also some details. If you want, we could send you the presentation so you could look it over as well. We could
Okay.
also talk about, and then once we do the onboarding call eventually, we could talk through how we'd sound, how we'd represent your business on the call.
And how many people do you have doing the marketing and handling this?
Well, it's us two right now,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, we're expanding, especially with the callers, right? There's people that basically are really good at calling people. Essentially, that's what they do, and yeah, they're really good at representing brands, and so basically just like virtual assistants like that. But it's us two that handle the actual creation of the ads, and
Hmm.
then we also handle the software that we use. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, my son, he's young, but I
Okay.
think he'd be good at this too,
Yeah,
actually.
I know. Yeah, that's cool. He should probably get into this. Is like I noticed that this is basically a thing that people from like 18 to 25 do this because they're the best at this sort of thing. And so yeah, I don't know how old he is, but he should get into
He'll
it.
be 16, but he looks like he's 20, and he sounds like he's like 40.
No, yeah, I
He's
know
very
I know
deep
16 year
voice.
olds. I know 16-year-olds that are making like 10, 15, 20,000 a month by doing this, and they're saving businesses, like they're doing great for businesses. And so
Yeah, I
yeah,
think that's great. Okay.
yeah, it's
All
cool.
right, so let's give it a try. You send me the information, and
Okay.
we'll get started.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too.
Um, Boom, just closed another client the day after yesterday for another. I mean, we closed her. We don't know what's going to happen with this. It looks good, but we closed her. There's just a process we have to follow up with and follow through with, like sending her the contract and sending her information. But she basically said, let's go through with it. Let's try it out, which is really, really cool. And also, I built some rapport with her. She seems like she trusts us a bit more by, talk about like her kid and stuff. Just an example. That's how easy it could be to close somebody. Out of nowhere. I just came up from the gym, barely even made this in time, and I just ran. And this was I didn't do that good. Like I was kind of just rambling and stuff. I messed up a lot, but we executed. We did it well, and the offer is just so good. So we closed her, and I think we could possibly give it a try. Again, the thing is, they are reluctant to pay any money until you deliver, which is the point. Um, you want to make sure that you get with clients that actually are serious about it and that they care and they don't just want to do it because it sounds so damn like good. It's like free money, it sounds like. So you want to make sure that they're serious about it just as much as you are, which I think that has to come after you start to deliver. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk over it. Come on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Love.